It's been about a month since I've last spoken to you about how things are going for Wisconsin public school teachers and our support staff. As you know, the pandemic continues to rage, and the conditions students are learning in and that our teachers are teaching in are inconsistent. This pandemic doesn't stop at the schoolhouse doors, and it is impacting schools the same as it impacts our communities. All students and educators, regardless of where they live, deserve to learn and teach in safe conditions. Wisconsin is a leading hotbed of COVID cases. And while there have been statewide restrictions, no comprehensive action has been prescribed for our schools. The DHS is conducting 676 active outbreak investigations in educational facilities. The DHS reports a total of 868 outbreak investigations in educational facilities, indicating 78% of the reported outbreak investigations are currently active. In our latest check-in, 6 out of 10 educators said they don't think their school is doing all it can when it comes to safety. 9 out of 10 said it's time for the Wisconsin Department of Health Services to enforce uniform, statewide gating criteria before operating in-person school. WEAC has issued a letter calling on the State Department of Health Services to intervene immediately by developing a science-based, statewide, binding decision-making framework that sets case incident rate in the community as the threshold indicator for any decision about instructional models. Educators, students, and their families now, more than ever, need the consistency and predictability a mandatory statewide framework will bring. More than half of local health departments WEAC reviewed has not developed any school-specific criteria for moving between instructional models. And many school districts under the jurisdiction of these health departments without metrics do not appear to have developed their own frameworks for making decisions. Where school districts have developed their own metrics, they change or disregard them to justify their decision to permit in-person instruction. WEAC is prepared to defend our position in the face of any opposition to protect students through science-based health and safety measures. It is within the Department of Public Health's legal authority to impose statewide, binding, and effective metrics to be applied by all school districts in making decisions about appropriate instructional models during the COVID-19 pandemic. WEAC recommends DHS adopt the model developed by the Harvard Global Health Institute and require all school districts comply with this metric. The Harvard model uses case incidents as the primary threshold metric. If the case incident rate suggests in-person instruction could be appropriate, then key performance indicators, including contact tracing and testing capabilities, are reviewed in identifying appropriate instructional models. The priority of the state's top public health agency must be keeping our communities safe until this pandemic is under control. Enforcing consistent gating criteria is a responsible solution grounded in science and public health. Without this statewide approach, Wisconsin is sending a perilous mixed message of hands off when it comes to schools. As long as school districts remain open for in-person instruction, bringing together dozens of students and staff from different households in confined spaces for extended periods of time, and as long as unmasked high school football players are seen huddling together and high-fiving one another on the evening news, citizens will not take this pandemic seriously. The governor and the DHS must use any remaining tools they have to curb the spread of the virus after numerous good faith efforts of Governor Evers and the DHS have been thwarted by Republican legislature and the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Statewide gating criteria will provide and allow educators to continue to go the extra mile so students thrive under safe and consistent conditions. We want nothing more than to be with our students in person, and consistently applied gating criteria will get us there faster. Thank you.